Hi guys, welcome back. So today's video is my Black Friday favourites. I am sharing all of my favourite items that are featured in this year's sales, and these are all tried and tested items, so these aren't new to me. I've owned them all for a while. I would just wholeheartedly recommend. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get started. I did also want to let you know that my Black Friday blog post is now up, so if you wanted a really comprehensive list of every good sale that's happening right now, I will pop that down below. It is very, very comprehensive. So I have a full list right at the bottom of every single sale that I know about, but I also break down my favourite sales into my recommended items as well. This one is updated several times a day, so hopefully a good resource, so I will pop that link down below. So first up is Mango, and they have gone live with pretty much a site-wide sale, I think. The discounts aren't super deep, but to be honest, I always feel like Mango is quite well priced anyway. So whilst the discounts aren't huge, it is off pretty much everything and you can get a little bit off. My trench coat is included, and I think this one is like 15% off. This is such a great little trench coat though. I've owned Burberry ones as well, which are lovely, but to be honest, I like this one just as much. It fits beautifully, it's fully lined, it feels like very nice quality, and it's just a really great throw on and go. I've worn this with dresses and I think it looks really smart, but it's also a really lovely one just a team with jeans, even leggings. Like, it just kind of goes with everything. It makes you look very smart, it's very practical, and I just really, really love this. So I felt like it was a bargain for price, even better on sale, and yeah, would definitely recommend if you are looking for a trench coat. Next up, I want to share a few favourites that are available on Amazon in their Black Friday deals. I think they're actually terming it Cyber Monday now, but either way, Black Friday weekend, particularly when it comes to handbag and garment care. So Collonil Pro, it's what I spray all of my sprayed items with. So my bags, my shoes, my boots, pretty much anything that's sprayed that goes outside, I spray it with this. And it just makes it basically immune to rain and the elements, and it's incredible. You definitely have to do it outside because it was a little bit toxic, but you just spray it once, and you maybe need to do it once a year if that. I probably do mine once every couple of years, and it really does just do the most effective, amazing job. Would highly recommend. You can also use it on leather items too. I tend to only do it on suede just because I'm a bit lazy. This is an absolute game changer, would highly, highly recommend. Also from the same line, so I have the leather cream, I think I left mine downstairs, but this is the one in the green tube. This is fantastic. So it moisturizes leather really beautifully. If you have any leather bags that are looking a little bit dull, you just pop a little bit on and it really brings it back to life. It moisturizes it so beautifully without leaving any kind of residue on it. And you can also use it for cleaning leather as well. So if you do have any marks or color transfer, this works really well. It's not a cure-all for color transfer, so it won't like wipe it clean, but I've definitely been able to reduce color transfer with it. And it's just fantastic. You need a tiny amount as well, so like one tube will literally last you forever. Really good value and just a very essential one if you do love your bags. And then similarly, if you have white sneakers or if anyone in your house has white sneakers, I would definitely recommend their white sneaker product. To be honest, the whole range is pretty good and there is a lot included in the Black Friday sale. This is fantastic though. It's the easiest way to get white sneakers really white again, and it makes quite a difficult job otherwise. Just so super easy, very effective, and just so good at what they do. And then I did want to mention my fabric shaver or depiler as well. This is just such a handy little gadget. If you don't have one, I would highly recommend it if you do wear knitwear, or even if you just have furniture. I've used mine on my nursery chair. I've also used it on a sofa downstairs, and also on a lot of knitwear when I do get a little bit of piling. This just brings it back to life. I have had cheaper ones, they've been okay. This one is just on a whole nother level. It's very, very powerful. So I'm gonna turn it on. Like, I actually like screamed when I first set it on because I wasn't expecting like that force of power. So you are going to want to be careful. I probably wouldn't leave this within reach of little kids, but it's so good at what it does. You just run it over your sweater and it literally just brings it to life. And it's fantastic. A little bit expensive, but for me, definitely worth it. I do have a whole list of all of my Black Friday favourites. So these are all the items that I own and love myself, and these are all on offer for Black Friday. So if you wanted to see that list, I'll pop it down below as well. Next up is my air dryer from T3, and I got this in the summer. It was featured in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I've since used it consistently since then, and it's been my favourite hair discovery of this year. It's always how I style my hair whenever I do my hair straight now. I'm using this, and it's just completely replaced a traditional kind of blow dryer with a brush and a hairdryer. It's just so much more effective. I love it. I think it's because the brush is so much more grippy, so it really does hold on to your hair, which if you have straight hair like mine, it can get quite slippy. So the fact that it can actually grip your hair means you get a much better curl. And it's just wonderful. It really does last. It's so easy to use as well. It's completely foolproof. and I just absolutely swear by this. So I'd highly recommend if I ever go away for a night, I take this with me because it means I don't have to bring my hairdryer and a brush. It's just kind of all in one, even touching up like without turning on. It's just really great because it just bounces your hair back into shape. And I just love it. Highly, highly recommend. Next up, my polka dot dress is on sale for 30% off. I paid full price for mine. I happily did so because this is pretty much my favorite dress silhouette ever. I have another one in a red print that they brought out last year. It became my favorite dress then. And then when I saw they brought it out in the polka dot, it was just like an instant win for me. It is the most flattering dress ever, mainly because it has these wonderful strategically placed ruffles. So even if you have the biggest meal ever, which I often do when I'm going out wearing this dress, you can't tell. It just looks so flattering and slimming all night long. It's so much fun to wear and I just absolutely love it. I wore this to the Devil Wears Prada when we went to see it in London about a month ago, and I had a very well-dressed man sitting next to me and he turned to me and complimented me on my dress, which if you saw the crowd at Devil Wears Prada, like they were a well-dressed bunch. It was just a very high compliment and I just love this dress and such a bargain at 30% off. And then my very simple cropped crew neck, and this isn't anything fancy, but this is just one of those wardrobe basics which is just really, really good and very dependable, good for layering, and it's just one of my most worn sweaters because of that. They're also ridiculously soft and a very, very good price. I own this in the kind of berry colour and also this oatmeal colour. They come in a rainbow of colours and they're just really lovely. I actually have them in two sizes. So this one is the extra, extra small, and then I have the extra small. I would definitely say that the extra small fits a little bit better. Sometimes if they do an extra, extra small, I take that as a sign that it runs a little bit big, which is why I sometimes go for it. And these are just kind of great, like cheap, cheerful, but really do the job, and I just absolutely love them. They have like nice little seam details as well, so it makes it feel a little bit more detailed and special, but these are just wonderful. Would definitely recommend. It's just such a solid sweater. Next up, my sunglasses. Somehow these are still in stock and they've actually been discounted further. So I think I got these for $15, which for me was like a bargain of the century. They're now 60% off and they're $6, which is just completely crazy. These are so nice. And I've had so many of you message me saying you've also bought these, saying you're also gonna get them for like every person you know, because they really are that great. They are very chic and yes, they're lightweight, but they don't feel overly cheap at all. They don't slip down, which a lot of sunglasses with my nose do, so often I can only wear Gentle Monster sunglasses. These do an absolute job. They really stay on. I feel like they look super chic. They're very black, very dark, and for $6, like, they're just the best buys ever. Like, I just cannot believe they are so cheap. I don't know how they're doing it for so cheap, but this is just bargain of the century. I think they are fantastic. And then the resale is ongoing. So at the moment, this is only in the US. I was told it was going to launch in the UK. I've been waiting for the sale to shop it myself and it hasn't happened yet. So I'm hoping it's going to happen soon. If it does, I'll let you guys know. But it is live in the US. So you can get 25% off the entire site, which is amazing. And I have many favorites from Reese. But if there is one item I would recommend above all others, it's this belt. Like, I love this belt so much. I have it in the black. It was probably my most worn accessory, including out of all my bags this summer. It just goes with everything, and I wear it with, you know, shorts, with trousers. I've worn it with dresses. Like, it just goes so easily, pairs beautifully, and it really elevates anything that you're wearing. Really nice quality. It's 100% leather. I have the tan one, I have the black one. I would happily have them in all colors, to be honest with you. And yeah, it's just like a 10 out of 10 for me. It's so good. Would highly, highly recommend. Next up is this Lily Sock sweater, and since getting this has probably been one of my most worn sweaters, and it's not a shape I usually go for. Usually I go for something a little bit more close fitting, so this one has a drop shoulder, but actually it's so versatile and I love the slightly more casual fit. And this is a replacement for an old H&M sweater that I have, which I think I got like 6 years ago, and I bring it back year after year because I find that the overall design of just a fluffy white sweater is so unbelievably useful when it comes to winter. I wear them every single year, but to be honest, my one is looking so tired and sad that I was like, I need a replacement. So I began looking a couple of months ago and I actually bought a Rails one, and it was expensive, but Rails is pretty good quality, so decided to go for it. And it was literally the itchiest thing I have ever found. It was an instant return for me. I think it was like well over £250. So for me, that was just like unbelievable that something that expensive would be that itchy and horrible to wear. So my search continued. Enter this sweater, which is just so unbelievably wonderful. Like, it is so soft, it feels incredible on the skin. It is 100% cashmere, which probably explains why it's so soft. It's kind of just the perfect shape and design. It is a little bit textured and fuzzy, but like not too much. It doesn't shed as well, which is always a big bugbear for me. Holds its shape beautifully, and for me this is just like the perfect sweater. This one, my absolute new favorite thing, but would generally just very much recommend the silhouette and design in general. Next up is this blazer, and I got this blazer, I think it was in August. Since then, I have not touched another white blazer. Like, this is all that I've wanted to wear. It is just so good, and I have a lot of white blazers in my wardrobe. They are a constant favorite for me. I have some really expensive ones as well. This one was kind of mid-range, but worth every single penny. It's literally the perfect fit. It's 100% silk, which is a little bit shocking to me because whilst it does feel very nice, it feels more kind of structured and robust than you'd expect silk to be. And if I just like read the label by itself, I'd be a bit scared to, but honestly, it does feel very nice, but it just feels like a really smooth texture, doesn't crease badly, it wears beautifully, and it just is the perfect silhouette and shape. Incredibly elegant. It looks beautiful with just a simple pair of jeans. You can also team it with, you know, dresses and trousers if you want to as well. And if you're looking for like an investment blazer, this has just been everything I've wanted and more. As I said, I pretty much ignored all my other white blazers since getting this. It's just absolutely gorgeous and the perfect white blazer. And then I have this wonderful little navy cardigan, and to be honest, when I got this, I loved it, but I didn't expect to wear it and get as much use out of it as I did, but it became a constant favorite for me, and I guess I really liked it because I felt like it was kind of giving lady jacket vibes, but when it was too warm to actually wear a lady jacket, I still felt like this was perfect. You know, it is a proper cardigan, but it's not so heavyweight that it felt like you were suffocating. And it's just a really gorgeous piece. Like, it looks like it's very high quality, has that beautiful braiding detail around the collar there, these gorgeous gold buttons as well. Hangs beautifully, really wears very nicely. It holds its shape so well as well. And this has just been such a wardrobe favorite for me ever since I got it. Like, good with trousers, good with shorts, good with jeans. I've worn it with everything, and it's just absolutely a favorite for me. Next up, my Demelier bag, and I have been diligently using this since I got it. I've got to say, I kind of love it. I would say that I don't think it's without its flaws. I will say that I think, at least in the suede, the structure can be a little bit weird. Like, it is structured, but it's also kind of floppy, and I feel like sometimes it can't quite decide what it wants to do, but it is wearing really beautifully. I've got to say, I do wish it could fit a laptop, and that's probably my biggest bugbear with it. Like, as you can see, it fits, but it doesn't really fit. Like, it's a little bit awkward, and I did try and make it work, but it just wasn't really happening. So if I need to carry my laptop about, which is rare now to be honest, but I would say that's pretty much my only niggle with it so far. Like, I think it's so gorgeous. I love the look of it as well. I feel like with some of their other styles, I have said that sometimes I think that they look a bit fancier than the quality is. I don't feel like that's the case with this one, and maybe it's really helped with the suede because the suede does feel very luxurious, but it just feels like a very nicely made bag. I love the buckle right there, the Demelier logo. The strap is really great, it's fully adjustable, and it's just kind of great. And it is very roomy with the exception of fitting a laptop in, but it doesn't feel like a black hole because of how wide it opens, which I love. So it's very functional. I can find my items easily, even if I pack a ton in, which is just so useful. You have one little pocket there and then a zip pocket right at the back, and you do have the buttons if you wanted to properly close it as well. So I have very much been loving this. One of those bags which I do genuinely feel like it lives up to the hype. I feel like it's pretty well priced, even better this weekend, obviously with a 20% off. But yeah, definitely a favourite for me. Very much worth it in my view. I have been really pleased with it. Next up is a fancy cashmere one. So this is from Vince, so we are in mega spendy territory here. Full price, it's very expensive. Even on sale, it's still pretty expensive, but it is like very nice quality. It is cashmere, 100% cashmere as well, but this is probably the thickest cashmere I have ever encountered. Like, it feels like it would be wool or some kind of like man-made fabric just because of how thick it is. Usually when you're getting cashmere, it's much more thin. This, you're just getting a lot of cashmere for your money. No bobbling either, and I've had this for 4 years I think now. It's been a while. It doesn't bobble. It's incredibly soft. Comes in a whole bunch of different colors. Very warm, as you might expect. So if you live in kind of a more moderate climate, this one may not work, but if you do live somewhere a bit chillier and you do want your items to actually be functionally warm, this is just fantastic. Yes, it's expensive, but I do feel like it's a classic and they bring it back year after year. Next up, I have a couple of jewelry favourites, and my chunky gold studs from Missima are currently on sale for 40% off, and I have no idea why and how they're discounted so much because I actually had to go on a wait list for these. So I got on a wait list, I think it was in May, they were sold out, they finally came back in stock, and then I bought them full price. So to see that they're at 40% off is just madness. Anytime that you see like one of the really big influencers on Instagram wearing a chunky pair of earrings, I'd say like a good 50% of the time they're wearing these. They are absolutely gorgeous. So they are more of a cube design. These are so chunky though, so if you only like your dainty earrings, you probably won't get along with these, but these are just so gorgeous and an absolute steal at 40% off. My ridge earrings have also been such a huge favourite for me. Again, these are a bit more of a chunky one, but I just love how much of a statement these make. I don't think these are on sale for quite so much, so I think these are 20% off. They do kind of have the same look and feel though, so if you're debating between the two, I'd probably just go for the 40% off ones, but I absolutely love this style from them. They do the best chunky earrings. And then another complete bargain from the sale is their beautiful entwined necklace. And this was another one that I actually saw on Instagram. I had seen it before, but I hadn't really considered it. Saw it styled up and it's just so gorgeous. Like, it really is an elegant piece. It is the most wonderful smooth gold, so it feels amazing in your hand. And it's just a really, really elegant piece. And I feel like any age range could wear this. I feel like it would look good on absolutely everyone. 40% off is an amazing deal, and this is probably my most worn longer necklace at the moment. It is just so elegant. It really does make a statement, but it never feels too much, so you can still team it with proper earrings and everything. And I just think it's gorgeous, and 40% off, it is an amazing deal. Next up, the Viya shoes. If you've not tried their flats, they really are so incredibly good. So I think their offer is 15% off one pair, and then it's like a tiered discount. So I think it's 20% off 2 pairs, 25% off 3 pairs, etc. These really are just like the best shoes I've ever found in terms of actual comfort. So I have 2 pairs here, a nude one and then a two-tone one. They are the same kind of style though in terms of the actual shape, so you can just choose the different colours and the patterns that you want. These are so fantastic though. These are the shoes that I wear like if I know I'm going to London and I'm walking a ton, this is what I wear. Similarly, if I'm going to a wedding and I want to bring a pair of backup flats, I'm obviously going to be in heels, but I always bring a pair of backup flats just in case. The Viya shoes are what I go for just because they are so flexible, they are always comfortable, and I can last all day and night in them. They are super, super flexible, which is honestly why I think they're so comfortable. They also all have padding, they have heel guards, like everything about this shoe is designed for comfort. I also think they look really cute as well. I love the two-tone look. I think they are so, so cute. And these are just the best. Like, would highly recommend if you also struggle to find flats that are actually comfortable. These are the most comfortable I found. I just absolutely love them. And then finally, I have 2 beauty favorites as well. And to be honest, I don't often have new beauty favorites because honestly, I don't usually try that much new makeup. I get stuck in my ways. I like what I like, but these 2 are fantastic. So this is the Victoria Beckham by Augustina Spader concealer. I saw this online, it was advertised to me on Facebook, and it was just like an instant, oh my goodness, I want to try that. I'm a huge fan of the Augustina Spader skincare line. So expensive, oh my goodness, so expensive, but I do find it to be very, very effective. So when I found out that there was a concealer that was actually supposed to be skincare as well, I was like so excited, I instantly ordered it. I've been trying it out for a month and I do really like it. I don't have any other experience of Victoria Beckham makeup before, so this is my first item from her. I would say I personally haven't seen any skincare benefits yet. It's only been a month, so they could be coming next month or 3 months down the line, so I'm reserving my opinion. But yeah, I haven't seen any actual improvements to my under eye area. But what I would say, I have never found a concealer that doesn't crease under my eyes. Like, every single concealer creases. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just my eyes, if everyone has this problem. I've asked makeup artists about this as well, and they're always just like, it's just something that happens. I usually use the NARS Creamy Concealer, which is still great. Also creases, but I just kind of live with it. This doesn't crease. It is so, so good, and I guess the formula is a little bit thinner, and maybe because it is like a skincare one, maybe there's some extra cream in there, so maybe it smooths things out. I'm not really sure what the technology behind it is, but it's so good. Even after a whole long day, I will look in the mirror, don't need to touch this up, it's still looking good. So whilst I'm a little bit dubious about the skincare benefits, I've been really impressed with this just as a concealer. I do think worth it. I've really been enjoying mine, even though it was a lot of money for a concealer. And then my Rare Beauty blush, and since getting this, I've not touched another blush. Like, it is so good. I would say it's crazy pigmented, so you have to have a very light hand. I would say build, but you don't even need to build. Like, you just need a tiny amount of product, which is good because it does last you a very long time. The packaging is really pretty. It's just pale pink with the gold stamping right there. The color I got is Cheer, but it is so nice. It kind of almost has like an iridescent shimmer to it, but it's nothing too crazy. So you don't look like you're wearing glitter on your face, which, you know, at this stage of my life, I definitely don't want. But it just gives you that amazing glow, like you're just super healthy. Like, it is so nice. I mean, absolutely obsessed. It has really, really good staying power as well. And I've just been hooked. The only bad thing I would say is that you do get a lot of fallout, I guess because you get so much product anytime you swipe, so I do have to keep wiping down the compact, and it sometimes can get a little bit on my vanity, which I don't love, but honestly, I'm happy to put up with that just because of just how lovely it is. I would highly recommend. I got mine from Space NK, who I think are running up to 25% off. I'm sure there are other offers too, so I'll try and find the best one and link that down below, but would highly recommend this blush. It is absolutely gorgeous. So that wraps up this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I did quickly want to let you guys know that I am running a little giveaway over on Instagram to win this beautiful Chanel card holder. I got this when I was in London recently. I saw the new collection. It is so pretty, like full of the nicest pinks. Saw this and I just knew I had to nab it for one of you guys. It's open internationally. It's a really simple giveaway to enter. So if you do have Instagram and you're interested, then I will link that down below. But yeah, that wraps up this video. As usual, I will link everything down below in the description section, along with any discount codes that you might need. If you have any questions for me, then leave me a comment. If you enjoyed the video, please do give us a thumbs up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.